Okay, so we've made it to Unit 3, Sentence Building 101. Okay, so that means that if you've gone through the course in order, you've already gone over the basics of Italian language, and you should be familiar with 9 fundamental elements of Italian grammar, which was Unit 2. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to use those elements of grammar to construct sentences so that you can start forming your own thoughts in this new language. Okay, so we're going to go over some of the basics here first in the intro section, and then we'll be covering the different types of sentences. What is a sentence anyway? Grammatically speaking, a sentence is a complete thought, which is generally expressed as the combination of a subject and predicate. Sentences can be as short as one word or as long as a whole paragraph. Now, you may be wondering, how is learning about English sentence construction going to help me speak Italian? And that's a really good question. Sentences are the basic unit of communication, or put simply, an efficient way of expressing your thoughts to another person. Okay, so no matter what language you're speaking, sentences are going to help you to communicate more efficiently. So, if you understand how to construct sentences in English, you'll understand exactly where to plug in the corresponding words in Italian, which will make your path to learning Italian much quicker and easier. And who doesn't like quicker and easier, especially when it comes to learning a new language? So, if I start with some basic English grammar, it'll be easier for me to learn Italian? Yes. If you know how to construct the basic unit of linguistic communication, you're already halfway there. When children learn to speak, they don't have any framework yet, but you do. You already have a set of mental blueprints from which to build a new language. So use it to your advantage and save yourself the time and effort of trying to construct it from scratch when you don't need to. Why do I need to learn how to construct sentences? Sentences are like the blueprints for building a new city of language. Okay, so we're just going to go uh, with this example here of building something. Okay, because really, when you're learning a new language, you are building a new framework. Okay, it's just a linguistic framework. So if you can see the bigger picture, everything will eventually fit together perfectly because you'll know where it belongs. How can this help me in the short run? Well, learning how sentences are constructed is like giving your mind a way to organize all the files that you're going to be downloading into your memory, aka your mental computer. Without this filing system, all the new words you learn will just end up in a jumbled mess until eventually you feel overwhelmed and super confused. Sound familiar? Especially if you've tried to learn a new language in the past, this happens to a lot of people. How can this help me in the long run? Many people who start learning a new language give up out of frustration because their mental filing system is a mess. But you can avoid this pitfall by starting out on the right track. By preparing a good mental filing system to put all the new words you're going to be learning, you'll be setting yourself up for success down the road. Okay, so this whole course has been about setting up a good framework and a good foundation for you so that as you learn more Italian, you have somewhere to mentally file everything away. That's really what a language is. Okay, it's basically just a whole system of patterns and structures kind of put together so that you can communicate your thoughts to another person. And that's basically why you learn a new language, right? I mean, because you want to learn how to communicate. So, what are the basic types of sentences? There are generally considered to be 4 types of sentences based on their structure, depending on the clauses they contain. So, we have simple, complex, compound and compound complex sentences. There are also 4 basic types of sentences based on their function, or the information being conveyed and how that message is communicated. So in this type of categorizing, I guess, we have declarative sentences, which is like a statement, i.e., I am happy. We have interrogative questions or interrogative sentences, which are questions such as, is it cold outside? Exclamatory sentences, also known as an interjection. For example, wow. And then we have imperative sentences, which are also called commands, such as sit down and listen up. Okay, so types of sentences introduced in this unit. In this unit, you'll be introduced to the following 3 types of sentences based on their structure. So we'll be going over simple, complex, and compound. The compound complex is beyond the scope of this course since it requires knowledge of the subjunctive verb tense, okay, which we did not cover in this course. You'll also be introduced to 3 types of sentences based on their function. Okay, so we will be going over declarative, interrogative, and exclamatory sentences. Again, the imperative type of sentence is beyond the scope of this course since it requires knowledge of the imperative verb tense. Okay, and there you have it. So that was just a quick intro of what we're going to be going over in Unit 3.